Hi, welcome to another episode of Living Out Loud. I have a guest today. His name is Justin, and again, my name is Pat Veracity, and welcome. I will bring Justin on. Hey,
Hey,
Justin.
how's it going, Pat?
Oh, hey, good. Oh, hold on one second. I cut you off another line there. All right, can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Turn up your volume a little bit there, Justin. Awesome.
All right. Can you hear
Welcome.
me?
I know. Yep, welcome. I know this is your first interview, so this is
Yes.
this is like my third interview. So I'm there with you. I'm not that far ahead.
Nice.
Yeah. So tell me a little bit about yourself. We can kind of start from there.
So, my wife and I just joined the Gator Grill in beginning of July.
Okay.
So we started our business up. We're at the very beginning stages.
Okay.
Um, so a little bit about us. I'm a plumber by trade during the
Okay.
day. My wife, she does medical billing.
Okay.
So, long-term goals basically is to build up this lending business to
Okay.
eventually get into multifamilies and
Yes.
get
Yes.
into some commercial assets and
Okay.
try to get some passive income.
Yes. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Now, have you how far along would you are you in the process and what are your thoughts on it so far? And I'll tell you a little bit about my experience on it too, but I just wanted to kind of see where you are with your process.
So right now we've got our business and our banking set up. We've got our DUNS number. We're just in the
Yes.
process of building that DUNS number up to get some better lines of credit.
Okay. Yes.
Um, and then so I actually have I got approved for one just just last week, so we should
Okay.
be seeing some funds coming in the next
Okay.
couple weeks to where hopefully we can start doing some JVing and getting some deals done for
Wonderful.
sure.
Now tell the audience who doesn't know what lending is, right? So because I'm not new to it because I'm on the opposite side of it, but actually my partner and wife actually does lending too. So she's actually a loan officer and she's doing lending. So for the audience that doesn't know, explain to them a little bit more about this because when I found out about this, Justin, it was mind blowing, right? It's like people
Oh
can
yeah.
do that. You can lend money. Wait a minute, tell somebody who is just getting started, who doesn't know? Somebody who was in your shoes, before you even found out about it. Because that to me was mind blowing.
Yeah, so we saw it on Instagram with Pace Morby. And so we went into we were wanting to get into multifamilies starting out, and so it was hard to get a lender to take basically a plumber and a medical biller serious about trying to get into multifamily.
Yes,
So then we both decided, well, we'll just become the lender ourselves. Then we
yes,
saw Pace Morby's deal, got in, saw the Gator lending and how you basically can get with wholesalers and join up with them and you know supply their give them their earnest money
yes,
and you say if their earnest money was $5,000, they're gonna you negotiate basically. So
yes,
what are you gonna make? Say they're gonna make 80, then you try to negotiate your 5,000 plus like
yes,
8,000
yes.
or
That's right.
you know whatever
Mm,
you come up with negotiations.
yes,
And then there's also hard money lending that they're teaching us, to where just basically any type of loan, really fix and
yes,
flippers to help them fund their flips.
yes,
We're not in the position yet to do like the full on buy the lend the house and the
yes.
flips, but we'll be in the position to definitely help out on flips
Yeah, because
and
there's
just
definitely a need in the market. There's like what I when I found out about it, I realized that like my original path in terms of real estate was to buy like traditional real estate, right? Like I went to the bank, I tried to buy a primary home, and then I was like, okay, after that, how do I buy investment property? How do I buy this rental property?
yeah.
And banks were turning me down left and right. Like they were just, they tell you, oh yeah, come on in, we'll help you, and it's so traditional where they tell you they can give you a loan and you apply for the loan and they turn you down. But when they turn
Yep.
you down, not only do they turn you down, they don't tell you where to go. They're just like, nope. So I've called about a dozen mortgage company and does a bank. Everybody's turning me down. I realized that, man, people get turned down left and right, and it's one of those
Yep.
things. I think there was I read somewhere that I think 40% of loans in America are denied. 40%. So
Oh wow.
uh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's
The good
crazy.
thing too about being a gator too is a lot of times, you're joining up with these wholesalers and stuff, so you're going strictly through title companies.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But once you get into the hard money and private lending, then you're dealing with people, but you're going to want to do credit checks and stuff like
Yes.
that. So you're not just lending 40,000 to Joe Schmo that's going to go blow it on a car or something.
Exactly, exactly. You know how I do mine. So I'll tell you a little bit about me. I know we just kind of met. I'm a small business owner originally, like I would say by trade, right? I own several
All
small
right.
business within my lifetime. But I also have always done like fix and flips,
All
fix and
right.
flips, long-term rentals. So my trick to do background checks and to do everything is just, something that maybe would people can use here or even yourself. So I actually use like Zillow or apartments.com.
All right.
So to get people's background check, I have a rental property, and in order for them from the rental property standpoint, when someone rents the property, they go through all background checks, all systems go through Zillow.com, right, or
All right.
apartments.com, whichever
Yep.
one you use there. So they do background checks, they do credit checks, they do all of that for you. I think it's like $35 to what the consumer or the user would pay for it, and they pay for that, not me, right?
Yeah.
And
Yep.
it's now when I go through people's and processes and try to figure out who's who, especially when it comes to lending or when it comes to hiring somebody, I actually send them through Zillow.com, let them do all the background checks, and I have everything already put up, all the files already put together for me, so I don't have to do that paperwork, and that
Nice.
gets sent to me, and then I save that, and that's an easier way instead of sending somebody to, you know, these different angles and or having for myself to pay for it. So just a little trick
Yep.
there that I use. Yeah,
All right. No,
yeah. So
no, that's good.
yes. Well, what are your working your W-2 job? What has been your challenge? You've obviously got a plan. You've already started the process. Tell me more. Goals or challenges that you are working on or that you have come across.
It's definitely hard to get this going, doing a W-2 job as
Yes.
well, at the same time, but we're definitely giving it all we got. So,
Yes.
our ultimate goals is to build this up and then, like I said, get into multifamilies, get into, um, you know, real estate investments, try to
Yes.
build up that passive income. Because we're both, I've done physical labor my whole life, basically
Yes.
all my working career, and
Yep.
my body's definitely feeling it. So,
Yes.
and we just want to, try to be financially free and eventually, have a good retirement. Because
Yes.
I mean, can't rely on a 401k no more. So,
No, no. This is the reason why I think we're like, a rental portfolio or a rental like real
yep,
estate is very, very important. I know that for us personally, we use real estate as our retirement and not like I'm not a believer in the stocks. I'm not a believer in, not it works for people. It just doesn't work
yeah,
for me because
I
I
just
need
don't know
something
enough.
tangible. Exactly. I need something tangible. I don't want to put that money there and let someone else decide or something outside that I can't touch control. And I know that with real estate, especially from a rental, I can buy one rental and that one rental will be my like one part of my retirement, right? Like let's
Yeah,
say if that house had $100,000 equity, that $100,000 equity will be my $100,000 retirement money,
yep,
you know? So if I can get 10 more of those, there will be, 100,000 times 10. That's
yep.
I trust that retirement more than I trust any government, any person, any organization, or anything out there. So that's my belief on it.
And that's definitely kind of what we're thinking too, as well. The more doors you got by the time it's retirement, you
Yep,
know, say they get paid off and our daughter takes it over. Now she has,
exactly.
passive income into where she don't have to work as hard, and she'll
Yes.
have a good retirement. So
Exactly.
we're
Yep.
just trying to just build a little family legacy, I guess, of
Yes.
properties. Got to start somewhere. So,
Exactly, exactly. Well, at least we're starting, right? At least we're starting. At least you're
oh
doing
yeah,
it. At least you're starting, and yeah, that's important. So,
it's never too late.
never too late. Yes, yes. So, all right. Well, that's just kind of what we talk about that. Tell us a little bit more. Now, tell us a little bit more about you, and then tell us a bit more about your 5 year goals.
All right. So definitely our 5-year goals is to build this business up to where, like I said, we can start at least in 5 years
Yes.
bigger properties, bigger projects. Hopefully by then we built our land company big enough to where maybe we both don't have to work, and hopefully eventually build it up to where we need employees, and then we can start branching off and picking up other businesses
Yeah.
and other ways to making money. Because I know this is just the start of it. So I
Yeah.
know there's 100 ways,
Exactly.
1,000 ways of making money in real estate. So I'm hoping
That's
this is
correct.
our the door opening for us, and then we'll just grow as a business, and you know, hopefully just make it successful and make it to where we work for ourselves. You know what I
Exactly.
mean?
Exactly.
But
I heard in the conference that the guy said once you are exposed, and it's something that really hit me hard, right? He says once you're exposed, you can never be unexposed, right?
yeah,
Um, and I think like this year, my goal this year has been to get as much exposure as possible, to be around, people like yourself, to be around communities of
yeah,
investors, of entrepreneurs, and like-minded people, right? And that hit me hard because it was like once you're exposed, you can never get exposed. And I was like, wow. So my goal is to expose myself to so many like-minded people like yourself, like like
yeah,
like our community and investments community and things like that, and just to grow because I think self-education and self-growth is the number one most important thing, right? Like
oh yeah,
if you starting out, you like for example, Justin, like you invested in yourself. Like if you invest in yourself, no one can take that away from you. And I
no,
think that like when we put like, oh, let me save, $1,000, let me put that in the stock market. Well, you investing in the stock market, you try to invest for yourself, but you're putting that money in the hands of somebody who you think knows better than you. And sometimes that's not always the case. So I
yeah.
think that investing in yourself and being exposed to things that we never know about,
Oh
uh,
yeah, it's definitely a definitely a learning curve, that's for sure. Because we're
it's
learning a lot. Like we went into this not knowing, I mean, I didn't know a whole bunch about real estate and the
yeah,
types of loans, and we're definitely learning a lot. That's why now we're just getting ready to hopefully start making some deals and joining up and get
yes.
going.
I didn't even know it was possible.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'd never heard
Yes.
of it until I saw it,
Yes.
and then I showed my wife, and once we saw the little seminar, we were basically hooked, and yeah, so we're just excited. We're just a couple months into it, so we're not,
Yes.
you know, can't expect too much, but we're definitely pretty eager to get
Yes.
to get rolling with it for sure.
Well, wonderful. Well, before we leave, what is your suggestion for someone who have not got started?
Just get out of your comfort zone, because like even doing these videos, I've never done this stuff. You know what I mean? Doing these interviews, and
Yes.
you just got to get out of your comfort zone and dive in is what we did. Yeah, you just got to focus and try to learn as much as possible.
Yes. Yes. I agreed. Agreed. I have gotten a little bit more used to it, man, but I hate getting in front of the camera. I was always behind the camera guy, right? Like I was always the guy that I love this kind of stuff, but I love doing it like from the production standpoint, like
Yeah,
from the everything else from behind the scenes, but being in front of it, I'm a little bit nervous. But I
yeah,
think we get used to it. I'm trying to get used to it. Yeah.
yep.
Yeah.
That's all you can do is just keep doing it, and you'll get better.
Exactly. Yeah.
We all
Yes.
will.
Exactly. One last question. So now, what are your goals? Like, what is your process and goals moving forward for you to meet your goals?
Definitely with these communities, we've been connecting with a lot of great people,
Okay.
because we're now with the Project Forward community, the
Yes.
Gator one, and then also the Creative Finance one. So
Yes.
between just those three alone, we've been connecting with a lot of people, just trying to get out there. Like I said, JVing with people, get business relationships going, and then hopefully, you get your name out there, and people will start coming to you. Once you do good business with each other and try to find deals, try to, because like I'm willing to, around our area, because I don't know if you know much about Boise. It's still blowing up for some reason, but it's still going crazy.
That's what I heard. I don't know much. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, so I'm not sure, but I've only driven by Boise probably once going towards, Utah to take my brother to the Air Force Base.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still going. So we definitely, um we're all for, joining up with any sub two people, wholesalers, whoever. If you need a property looked at, take pictures of, stuff
Awesome.
like that. But yeah, we're just eager to get going, to be honest. That's for sure.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, just thank you so much. I look forward to having you back, and, yeah, thank you for your time, and let's connect again.
Oh yeah. It was good meeting you.
You too.
Have a good day.